Anthony Hartwig here with an East Liverpool volleyball player profile. We are joined by Cameron Yanni, who just got a really big milestone just the other day with 1,000 career assists. Cameron, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
You got it. Before we talk about your senior year, before we talk about this whole year and what you're going through, let's talk about that milestone. Let's talk about what it meant to capture it, and what it meant to be able to do that and check that off your goal list.
That has been such a big goal of mine, and I've worked so hard for this, and I could have never done it without my team, my family, my coaches, and my trainers. But yes, I'm very grateful.
You have so many good hitters that you're able to get the ball to. I mean, what is it? What kind of a blessing is it for a setter to be able to put the ball anywhere you want on the net and to have people that can put it down?
It's amazing. Um, it is definitely great. I have the option of Ava Green, and then I have Kenzie Headley as our middle. Addie Rudabaugh as our other middle, and then I always have Kate on the right side. I also have Ayla Brown on the outside, and it is amazing to have them there.
I've seen Ava Green in person, and you know this better than anybody, but she takes the pressure off where your sets do not have to be perfect every time. I know you have a lot of good sets, but she can take a not so good set and get a good swing off of it. What kind of weight is that off your shoulders to know, like, I don't have to be perfect every time I set Ayla?
A lot. It's very nice to know that. Um, and yeah, I do know she can always make a play off of any set.
Now let's talk about the defense. Your East Liverpool Potters, man, they get the ball up in the air and they're in system so much. That's another weight off your shoulders as a center, I'm sure. What kind of pride does this team take in the defense in the back row?
Defense is amazing. We have a lot of great defense. Kendra Lacey, she just transferred from Oak Glen. She was a great addition to our team. Ayla Rigor Libero, she's amazing. And Ayla Brown, when she's back there, she's phenomenal. Yeah, our
This
defense.
this is your first year as an upperclassman, as a junior. You're not the younger player on the team anymore. You have some seniority. You have some veteran blood in you now. So what's that been like for you to be, asked to be a little bit more of a leader and have a little bit more leadership responsibilities this year?
I love it. I love taking charge, and I also love to be such a great role model to the younger ones. And I loved how our upperclassmen were always like that. So I want to be that upperclassman that is a good role model.
You look through this roster and there are a lot of juniors. You have a big junior class, which means I'm sure you've been playing with a lot of these girls for a long time. What's it like to kind of share this journey with a big class like you have?
It's great because we always know next year we'll be together again, and it's amazing to be with them throughout the year.
Now you do have seniors. You do have seniors that are showing you guys how to lead. How have those seniors helped you kind of learn what to do next year when you're a senior? What have they showed you? How have they shown you how to be a senior leader?
They're always involved on the court. They are great leaders. They're always helping me out when I need help, and I just know that's how I want to be. And they've just been great. They've been
Now
very
let's talk about your volleyball journey. When did you start with this sport, and when did you kind of find yourself falling in love with it?
When I was in sixth grade, actually, we had this volleyball. It was the students versus teachers, and a lot of my friends were signing up, and they were like, "You should do it too." So I signed up. It was like a put your name in the basket, and if you got picked, you would play. And ever since then, I just fell in love with the sport. I started playing Y ball, and then after that, I just continued with it, and I just fell in love.
Setting is a specific talent that setters, you're doing things that no one else on the floor really has to do. When did you fall into that position to be a setter and grow into your setting skills?
That this was in seventh grade. Um, the coaches were asking who wants to be the setter, who wants to try setting, and nobody. We were all like, I don't want to be a setter. And then actually, our assistant coach now, Tiffany Rudabaugh, she was the eighth grade coach then. She was at our practice, and she said, Cameron, you should go try. And then ever since then, that's when I became a setter. It was seventh grade.
I mean, now that you've reached 1,000 assists, do you ever look at that and go over to coach and be like, hey, you know what, you made a pretty good call?
Yeah.
You reflect so much when you make a milestone like that on all the experiences you've had. What are some things that you're like super proud of that you've been able to accomplish, or the things that you've been able to get through throughout your career so far?
I would say playing varsity as a freshman was a great accomplishment. Um, I love setting. I'm so glad I've been able to be in this situation of setting. Um, I would also say being the leader this year, like I'm the only setter this year, so it was a different it was a change, a big change. I've always ran a 6'2", and now we're running a 5'1". But I have loved the adjustment and being on the court the entire time and adjusting and all that. It's been amazing.
What was going through your head in the off season, in the summer, when it became a reality that it wasn't going to be a 6-2 anymore? You were going to run a 5-1, and you were going to be setting full rotation. What was going through your head in that moment?
I was nervous at first, but then I've realized that I can make the change and I will adjust, and I have my teammates beside me the entire time. So yeah,
You
I was
know, for people outside of volleyball, one of the big differences between a 6-2 setter and a 5-1 setter is now you get to play front row, and you get to be a little bit of part of the net defense out there on the block. What's that been like for you to adjust to that, and try to help your team out in that way?
It's been good. A lot. I am a shorter player, so it's been a little tough, but I feel like I can get my hands up there sometimes.
You might not have the height, but you play big, right? If
Yeah.
you can't, if you don't have the height, you got to play big, and that's what you do. Let's talk about East Liverpool, because man, your community. Every time we put anyone on Big Dogs, or anyone that gets accolades, you guys are all over it with social media, and the community is such good at supporting you guys. What's it like to kind of be an East Liverpool Potter, and what makes it so special to be in the community that you're in?
It is amazing. The community is so together, and I feel there's so much support all the time. Um, and yeah, it is so nice to have that support behind my back
I mean, you're
and
up
the
for
whole
Big Dogs now, so do you have like a selling pitch for people to go out there and vote for you for Big Dogs of the Valley this week?
team. Yeah. Um, yeah, I've seen it on Facebook a lot. I didn't see that until today at school. I noticed the big dog was up, and yeah, a lot of people are talking about it now.
Yeah, let's get out there and vote. Voting is unlimited, by the way,
Yeah.
for Cameron, and you can go out there and vote for her. Let's also talk about just what makes you proud to represent that community. You get to put on those colors every day. You get to put on the Potters, and you get to represent East Liverpool. What makes you proud that you're able to do that?
I when I put the jersey on, I just know that there's so many people watching, and I want there to be a show for people to see, and it makes me so happy that I get to be a part of that. It does mean a lot to me, and that I can just we all put a show on for the community.
As a student, let's get into that aspect, because you're a student athlete, and student comes first in that phrase for a reason. What are some of the things that you like studying in school?
I love math. Math is my favorite. When I get older, I want to be a physical therapist. So right now, I'm in nursing program, and that is also fun. It's very fun right now. But yeah, math is definitely my favorite.
When you say math, is there a specific branch that you like the most, like geometry or algebra or trigonometry? Is there some specific branch of math that you really like?
Algebra. Algebra has been my favorite throughout the years.
And then you already said that you kind of have an idea of what you want to do. You want to be a physical therapist. Talk about what drove you to that career path, and why you're so confident that that's what you want to be.
I love athletics. And um, I just love the aspect of helping people. Helping people has always been a big thing for me, and to see people grow each day. And I think being a part of that will be amazing.
Now,
Helping people and athletics at once.
now
Yeah.
we've talked about what subjects you like. Now, I don't want to say least favorite. I don't like wording it that way, because I don't want to dig any of the teachers out there. But what class made you like struggle the most? What class has made you really dig down and dig deep to get the grades that you got?
I would still say math. Math, I have to work very hard. At our school, math is like a big thing with homework. We have a lot of homework. Every single night is homework. So after games and practices, that is my main focus, is to come home and do my math homework. But I would say my least favorite subject would be English.
It usually works out that way. If people are on the English side of the fence, the math is the other side, and math, English. I very rarely do a player that likes them both. So I don't think you're alone in saying that English is your least favorite if you're a math person. I want to talk about teachers in the school system that you think really impacted your journey as well. I want to give you the chance to kind of give some of them a shout out that you think really made an impact on you.
Mr. Wright was an amazing teacher for me. He always he's a very tough, and he always has some smart comments, but it always kept me going. And Mr. Atkins, he's my government teacher this year. He used to coach volleyball, and he always talks volleyball with me, and he's just been a help. And then Miss Wilhelm was my freshman year math teacher. She was an amazing math teacher, and I was so grateful I got to have the opportunity to have her as my teacher.
You go through so many years of volleyball and being an athlete, you're going to have some form of adversity pop up in that time span, and then you get through it. So tell me about your biggest form of adversity that you've had to face so far in your career, and then tell us about how you kind of got through it.
JO last year was hard for me. I went through a lot of struggles myself, just being confident. And I was down on myself a lot, but I came to focus, and I had to just keep telling myself every day that I can do this. I can do this, and I love this sport, and I came out of it.
What are some things externally that help give you confidence in yourself?
Um, my family, they always have my back. They always tell me that I can do this. They are always there for me, and they have always been there for me, and I'm so grateful to have them.
It's a perfect segue because I'm sure members of your family are going to be a part of the final segment of this player profile, which we do with all of our players. We give them the chance to thank their support system and all the people that have been with them throughout their career. And I want to give you the time to kind of give out your shout outs and your thank yous to all the people in your life that you know support you and you know that you wouldn't be here without.
My dad, he is my biggest fan, my role model. He is my role model. He has always been there for me. He is just, he's so hard on me, but I am so grateful I have that. My mom, she always talks to me and after games, and she's always there for me when I need to talk to her. And my brother, he always keeps me laughing. My nanny and pap, they're always there for me, and I just couldn't thank them enough.
All right, Cameron, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate it. Wish you the best of luck the rest of this season. Can we talk to you again real soon?
Thank you.